Hello everyone and welcome into today's action-packed video. Guess what I have in store for you? It's going to be an epic unboxing of a consignment from the heart of Missouri. I am super excited about this because the consigner was a YouTube viewer for about 8 months on my channel, and this is I think the 20th or 21st box of her jewelry collection. We've had 20, I think this is our 20th sale for her. Anyways, I just want to say a special thank you to you. You know exactly who you are. Thank you so much for trusting me. What I wanted to show you, and I wanted to welcome everyone in. Sorry, I forgot that. But I like to be grateful every day. It is early morning. We did have the sale late last night on Bully Run. We were on for 2.5 hours and we sold 176 lots. After the sale, we sold two more, so we sold 178 lots. There were over 240 people in attendance. We were super thrilled because it was another sellout. So thank you all so much for always getting us to the finish line. And if you want that information, let me show you that now. Please go over to Bully Run Coffee and subscribe to Jeremy's channel. That's where we have our sales on Tuesday night. Now, what I wanted to show you, two items that came in from the Burton Antique Show. You'll want to stay tuned because check out that platinum pin. That is the most beautiful platinum and diamond brooch. I bought this from Marcia Sweet, and Marcia has been my friend now we figured it out. I've known her since I was 17 years old, and possibly I met her when I was 16 years old, but we knew each other when I was 17 and I'm 51. So it's been a great friendship, and Marcia was so generous and let me buy this. This is by Bippert, Griscom, and Osborne. And I will get into video in that in the very near future, so stay tuned for the platinum and diamond pin. That is exceptional. And then this I also got from her. Let me wipe the stone off because I'm sure it has a big fingerprint on it. But look at that for smoky quartz in 14 karat gold. It's a very large ring size. It's like a 10, but look at the size of that. And she sold me that for $250, and I think just in the gold value, it's probably at least that, if not more, in just gold. So very cool for a very large, oversized cocktail ring. And you know I look for artistry in jewelry. I don't look for common. I don't look for commercial. I don't like contemporary. I like vintage, old, authentic, and gorgeous, and extremely unusual. And that mounting spoke to me of that asymmetry, but still slightly symmetrical, and the way that that artist created that hand-done mounting. Exceptional 14 karat gold ring. That's a steal. We'll bring that to another video. I wanted to show those. Now, the tools for my trade. Coffee. So coffee for sure. Also, a jeweler's loop. I use a 10-op jeweler's loop. You can use any style that you like. This is one my father gave me when I was 18 years old. I love this loop. It's wonderful. It gets in on the marks. It does a magnificent job. It's very easy to clean. That is my home loop. Now, my loop that I take with me out in the field when I'm shopping is totally different. This is the one I use at home. A millimeter and a carat gauge. I've shown this before. I believe that you can get these on Amazon, but millimeters on one side, carat weight on the other. I've discussed that in previous videos. I don't want to bore you. A mandrel. This is Barbara Mandrell. I call her Barbara Mandrell, but it is a mandrel and a ring sizer. And then two scales. I use the larger one for the larger silver and the larger gold pieces. That's my larger scale. And it has 4 different settings. It has grams, regular ounces, troy ounces, and pennyweight. So it has 4 different modes, and it's a larger scale. Not a postal scale, by the way, but definitely just a general line scale, but not used for postal. And then this one is the micro one, and this one swivels to open. And I love this little scale. This is my pocket scale. It goes everywhere with me. It's very accurate. I don't think you can get this anymore, but you can get one similar to it online now. This has been with me, I think, over 15 years now. Anyways, I use that for the smaller pieces and for more accuracy. And then, of course, a marker and post-it notes. Let's get into the box as I drink my coffee. Give me one sec because I am going to take a sip. I'm sure you came here to listen to me drink my morning brew, but I have to do that. Now, we're gonna move this out of the way. This is gonna jostle the camera a little bit. So anyone who's like motion sick out there, vertigo issues, I can't help it, but this will jostle the camera. I'm just fair warning you. This is the box that came in on consignment, and I am super excited about this. Yes, that's my postal address. Let's tip this down. I removed her address, and this is for transparency. Oh, I almost knocked my camera off the end of the table. Oh, I almost did it again. It's 12 pounds, 14.8 ounces. And that just came in, and there's the date. It just came in, took her address off because I don't need to give my consignor's address. Now, I did take a peek in this really quick. There's a whole bunch of bubbles. And she always packages these, and you know this. She puts them in these bags. Crown Royal, another one, cat fur. She has a dog too. I think she has 2 dogs now. And I just love this lady. I have got to tell you, from a viewer of my channel to send me these things in the mail. And it was so funny when she first sent me these boxes. I said to her, why do you trust me? And she's like, I've been watching you for 8 months. And I said to her, what if I just take your money and gamble? And she said, just gamble the right color or the right number. She's been awesome. And we will do an appropriate preview of the sale on Jeremy's channel on Bully Run, but I just wanted to show you some of the pieces that are in here already. Copper and blister pearl, amazing vintage lucite designer, and then look at this one. I already peeked in this one. Look at that. What on God's green earth? That's Panetta for costume jewelry. Late 1960s on this one, and it's that kind of brutalist form of, that melty gold that I've discussed in my brutalist video. If you haven't seen my previous videos, please come over, spend some time, go through my videos, because I did one on brutalist jewelry and I'm super proud of it. Let's take a look inside of this one next. And thank you all again for being here. Let's dump this one out and just see, and how I do it. I'll show you how I do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do this. How do I sort a consignment when it comes in? How do I get the items ready for sale? So I make sure everything is clean and sorted. Let me move these out of the way and avoid the confusion. I'll bring those back into the frame in just a second. Everyone's like, now wait a minute. So what I do is I do gold in one pile, sterling in another pile, and vintage costume in a third pile. If I have things that are on the outside of that, I put them in a 4th pile. So by the time I'm done sorting consignments, I have 4 piles. Now you might ask yourself, don't you have to test everything? Don't you have to look at the gemstones? That comes later. I don't do that in the preliminary sort. This is all, ooh, beautiful India-style wedding jewelry. That's missing 1 stone. Right there, it's missing a stone already. But that's like Indian wedding jewelry that's costume. I will test and make sure there's no high carat gold in there, because a lot of times the Indian jewelry is high carat gold. That is costume. This is definitely sterling. So some sterling chains already. A sterling cuff bracelet, I can tell that already. Gemstone beads, so that'll kind of go in our miscellaneous pile. You know what, I'll put it in with the costume right now, and I'll sort that final later. So this is just my preliminary. Bangle bracelets, I will put those into the costume pile. Even if that's sterling silver on here, I still consider that kind of a costume bundle, if that makes sense. Hope I haven't lost anybody yet. These appear to be sterling earrings. A lot of times you have to check the metal on these now because they are copper with silver wash, even if they're marked 925. Please be careful on jewelry that looks like this. Produced sometimes in Bali or Indonesia, and sometimes completely not real. I got a huge piece of lint on my ring. What do you know? Big surprise. Let's see here. That is cufflinks. That'll go into costume. These are sterling earrings. And this is just the preliminary. This looks to be silver. However, it's probably silver plated because these are usually tourist trade. These are usually souvenir. Yeah, this one is not silver. It sure looks like it's sterling. That is probably costume. So I'll put that in the silver for now, but more than likely it's gonna go from this pile into this pile. That's probably what's gonna happen. Mexican beads, I've had those a million times. These are, oh, she's gonna give these away at the sale. So those are going to be giveaways. So that'll just go into the giveaway pile. Sterling silver, double-sided earrings, turquoise on one side, mother of pearl. Those are definitely amber. People would put those in the costume sometimes as Bakelite. Those are definitely amber for sure. Guaranteed. Sterling silver, sterling silver, sterling, and there's a mixture of costume and sterling in that one for earrings. And then I don't think we're going to get through this whole box. But what I am going to do is record until I have to leave the house, because I do have an important appointment today. And I'm just so grateful to be able to do this with all of you. Those are just glass beads. They look like gemstone. Those are glass. And then two little shoe clips. Two little shoe accents. Some people say those are dress adornment. They're not. Oh, and these are giveaways. She wanted to give away these beautiful pendants. Look how generous my consigners are. They are some of the most generous people I've encountered. No gold so far. Those are definitely silver and vermeil on those. You can tell by the color. This is how quick I go. And I do double check to make sure I don't make mistakes. And then people say to me, how did you go through that so quickly and have two piles, costume and sterling? This is what I've done for over 30 years of my life now. And I don't believe in making mistakes. Have I made mistakes? A ton of them. Do I make mistakes now? No, I really don't. It's like, no. These are costume jewelry. That's the little sunglass pin that I've had a million times. Seed beaded, that's a collar. This one is just faux pearl. Maybe this is Cara Lee. Maybe it's Monet. This one is Cara Lee. And a lot of people will escalate and elevate this and say, oh, that's like, you know, $500. No, it's not. Cara Lee is fabulous, and it's very sellable, and it's desirable, but it's most certainly not worth that kind of money, and we will not be selling that for that, that's for sure. And then this deco bracelet with green rhinestones, and I'm sure a lot of you are like, hey, take these out of the bags. That's what our previews are for. This is just the initial sort. So if you want to see the actual technical preview, that's costume. These are costume, and this is, well, yep, this one's costume as well. I always got to double check, because the last time we had pearls that were like this with this kind of clasp, and they were genuine. And we sold them for, I think, $300. These are the costume version. Probably Mallorca. Yeah, those are costume, but they're wonderful for glass pearls. So that bag is now done. Did you see that? How quick that went? Other people would still be rustling the first bag, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Those are Egyptian, and those are trade. Those are not ancient scarabs, and those are not ancient faience. Those are actually contemporary faience and contemporary scarabs. I can tell that by the quick carving and by that kind of gobbledygook as it goes for hieroglyphics. They're just not real, you know. You can tell real hieroglyphics when you see them. I have a lot of scarabs in my collection that are ancient. What is this one? It says Alice Cavanis Sterling. And I say Alice Cavanis. Other people say Alice Kavanaugh. And I say ordinary Chardonnay. So these are garnet and sterling silver. These are definitely sterling silver and crystal. I have to take these out. Maybe these are rhodium and not sterling. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check these, but look at the prong setting on those. You can just tell that that elevates beyond just costume. And those are just magnificent. I'll double check those and make sure they're sterling, but they're gonna go in the silver pile now. And you know what? Now that I look at the way the post is put on there, now I changed my mind. Now I'm like 25% sure that they're silver, and I'm not 75% sure that they're costume. And I probably lost every single viewer because I'm nuts. I hope you're still here with me. Let's see here. I got my loop. You know, and then I say, here, use your loop, and then I go, I'm just guessing. No, these are costume. Those are just rhodium costume. Now that I see the solder seams, I say, nope, they go in the costume pile, because that's exactly what they are. Look at that. I should wear those with my nails today. I should go to the bank. I should go to the bank with my awesome manicure. And that's another thing. People say, why do you paint your nails? And I go, why is it called a cure? Because it's the cure to a man's heart sometimes, you know? And all I say is just leave me alone. If you don't like it, I don't care. I'm 51. I'm going to do what I want. This is going to go into the silver pile, even though that's gold-filled, probably ivory, and those are definitely amber and sterling silver. I don't deal in ivory. I just don't do it. This is probably sterling. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, it's sterling, and it's a beautiful enameled set. Brooch and earrings, that is a knockout. Probably my favorite so far. Late 1940s, very sellable, very retro. This I'll definitely have to check. We'll put this in the check pile. So those look like angel skin coral and possibly 14 karat gold. And I think the cuff is probably gold filled by color. We'll set that out just for right now, too. That'll be a testy. Did I say testy? That'll be a testy pile. So, oh gosh. These are probably, yeah, we're going to put them in costume for now. Double check these. See, I'm rushing. Well, let's take a look here. Nope, these are gold filled. Yeah, those are Victorian gold filled. Now be careful on these guys, because a lot of times these are unmarked 14 karat gold, but these are gold filled. So that'll go into costume. And if the other pair is sterling, you get a bonus. You know, on my consignor set, make sure these things go to the right home. These are costume, and I'm running out of room on my table, so I'm gonna go get a box. This is sterling silver, sterling silver. Oh, these are magnificent costume, and these are a somebody. Don't know who they are, but those are a somebody. Let's take a quick peek. And do signatures matter in costume? Yes and no. There's a lot of information I'm gonna give on costume jewelry eventually, but yes and no. These are not signed, but they sure do look as the street sweeper goes by. Should have paused the video on that one because I'm sure someone's going to say, hey, I'm listening to all the noise in the background, and I'll go, when you live in the city, that's the price we pay. But at least the birds are out right now. Those are costume. They are fabulous, and I can attribute them, is what I'll say. Not signed, fantastic. They are vintage. Sterling silver earrings, a enamel heart that's costume, sterling silver cufflinks that appear to be artisan and definitely brutalist and very cool, so we'll put those here. I do have to test that, so I'll have to leave that there. These are sterling. These are, oh, look at the fish earrings that are sterling. Love. And, ooh, butterfly wing. Butterfly wing earrings. Sometimes these are silver plated and sometimes they're sterling. So let's take a quick peek. And these are, in fact, not sterling silver. These are nickel. So those are actually nickel. And a lot of people would say, oh, they look silver and not marked. No, those are plated and those are costumes. So they are wonderful butterfly wing under glass, but they will go there. And then gold-filled pearl earrings and rhinestone kind of rondelles. And those are beautiful. Cultured pearl. Oh, there goes two cardinals. They just literally flew right in front of me. I don't know if you guys saw that on the camera, but you could have seen their shadow go right across my thing. And I'm gonna look at this cuff and see if we're gold or if we're gold filled. Yep, the edge. And if I could zoom in on this, I would. You just gotta take my word for it. So what I looked for is this looks 14 karat. A lot of these are 14 karat. Look at the edge wear right. I hope my camera can focus on that edge wear right there. See that edge wear where that gold fill is wearing off and you see the base metal underneath there? See that edge right there? I hope you can see it. That's gold filled, 100%. Very rigid, by the way. Gold filled is very resistant and very rigid. Gold would just bend very easy. That's very rigid and it's very tight. It's very taut. So that is for sure gold filled. And then I would guess, even though I don't like guessing, the findings on this, yep, these are gold filled as well. And then gold filled beads, but those are angel skin coral. So at least we have a little pile of gold filled. So we'll put all of that gold filled in a bag and we'll probably sell all that together. Let me pause. I'll get this off my desk because it's a wreck. Give me 1 sec. I feel so much better with, did you notice how amped up I was? I was wound tighter than a drum. It happens when I get overwhelmed. By my space, I have to keep things in order. As a visual artist, I just have to keep things in order. Let's do 2 bags at once. I'm not doing 1 bag anymore. I'm gonna go with 2. Again, I think it would take someone 17 videos to sort this. No, not this guy. Oh, we have another giveaway. So you have to come to the sale. If you wanna see what's in these giveaways, please come over to the sale because I give it all away. Sterling silver and a beautiful little bear paw. That's wonderful. Sterling silver bow pin. That's wonderful. Again, if you want to see a more appropriate sort, Ooh, these earrings are artisan and really super fantastic gold. She really focused on why I loved this consignment is she focused on unusual and artistry. She focused on different. What says different more than this? This brutalist mixed metal, nubby, dramatic 60s, late 70s cuff bracelet. Wonderful. Probably, you know, in the style of Palcapeñas, but definitely not Palcapeñas, but in the style of, attributed to the school of. I tapped on these because these appear to be plastic. Yeah, these are just plastic, and at first I thought glass or Bakelite. Neither glass nor Bakelite on those, just acrylic or lucite. Wonderful, you know, wonderful wearable costume. This is very unique. What is this? This has got to be designer. Les Bernard, another Les Bernard mega cuff. Look at that for dramatic. And it's got the hinge on it. Signed down in here, Les Bernard. Not one of the best of the best of the best makers, but the end result is what we go for. I would have absolutely bought this. Back in the day, I would have said, oh, absolutely. Look at that brutalist construction. Very cool melty metal, almost Scandinavian. Does it look Bjorn Weckstrom? Yeah. You know, does it look like, you know, a study in space and jewelry by Margaret Tapata from California? It most certainly does, but it's Les Bernard in costume. The, you know, the less expensive version back in the day. Nothing wrong with it, it's just not high-end art, but fabulous for Les Bernard. Gold-filled shell cameo earrings. Let me bring my gold-filled bag back out. I'm glad I didn't put that away. So gold-filled cameo earrings. I do not know, but possibly gold. Let's check the chain. It's either gold or gold-plated. Let's check real quick, and then you'll know for the sale. Let's see here. 925 Italy. And let's see here. What does that say? Made in, let's see what the coin says. Oh, made in Hong Kong sterling. There we go. So made in HC, which is Hong Kong sterling. And that's sterling silver and gold vermeil. So yeah, that's not gold, but silver. Put that in the silver pile. Sterling silver horse brooch of the multiple horses. Yes, I will unbag all of these things in the next video. I know there's probably, that's gold filled. These are Murano glass. I know there's probably people who are frustrated and like, can you take all those things out of the bags? Yes, during our actual preview. And the previews are now on Bully Run Coffee. But I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this. Thank you, consigner. Thank you so much. Oh. Yes. Yes. Oh, a loose pin. Oh, another little loose pin. Those might be little Girl Scout pins. Or the 4-H Club pins. Those are tiny. Don't want to lose those. Those are loose. Oh, good. I get to listen to the Street Sweeper again. Just what I wanted. These are beautiful rhinestone clip-on earrings. Let's at least take those out of the bag. And I probably am going to do some lots as well. I don't know. You know, will I sell those on their own or will I sell them together with something else? I don't know. Come over to that Tuesday. And I think the sale is going to be Tuesday something. Tuesday, let me look over my shoulder. I think it's June 24th for this sale. And Jeremy, he's headed out of town. This is costume, made to look like silver and tribal, but that's the costume version. Before I lose these two pins, I'm going to put them in with that, and I'm going to put that in with there, and we're going to put that on the costume pile. That one's sterling silver. Sometimes the little feathers are 14 karat gold. Oh, here comes the Street Sweeper again. A political button, and I don't get into political things at all. I just don't believe in it. I don't know. I don't like it. I just avoid it. These are probably marked sterling, and they're probably not. Those are probably plated copper. A lot of times when you see those, please be careful. We're going those in costume already. Other people would put them in the silver pile and they'd get a return, and they'd say, yeah, I sent them and they're not sterling. Serpentine or jadeite bangle, probably in the, well, it could be nephrite. On this one, it could be nephrite bangle. Definitely Chinese, definitely has some age to it. Love that, we're gonna set that out. Gotta get that political button out of my face, because that just, I don't know, it just pisses me off. And then these are rhinestone and fabulous, and I would attribute these to D and E already. So, people say, Juliana, Juliana. I go, settle down. It could be D and E. Produced for Juliana. Could be produced for Juliana. But they produce for a lot of different companies. And there goes some sort of dogs in the background. Doesn't sound very good. It sounds like there's a little dachshund who's getting into it with the neighbor dog over the fence. So at least they're apart. You don't hear anyone screaming yet anyway. So, but yeah, I had to break up a dog fight a couple weeks ago. It was not good, but I did. I got in the middle of it, and yeah, I worked at a veterinary clinic for 17 years, and they would always say, don't get in between dogs. And I would say, you do you, I do me, I'm going to get in between them, and I did. And I did not get bit because it's all about the approach sometimes. And it's about a stern voice and a distraction and a diversion. The louder you get, the more they listen, by the way. And any diversion is good. I got the two dogs apart in a hurry, and no one was injured, by the way. I was not injured, the dogs were not injured, and both owners were so incredibly grateful. But yeah, the one dog had gotten off its leash, and I lectured that man very much so, and I said, keep your dog on its leash, And ever since I've seen the dog now, he has been on a leash. So, rhinestone earrings and fabulous. I got distracted by the dogs in the background because I do care about dogs very much. These are military insignia, costume, the pocket watch is silver. Now I'm back on task. Pearls will go into silver just because, I'll put them in the gold-filled pile and then I'll address that later. Sterling silver and Mexican earrings. A shell beaded necklace. It's very beautiful. I think this is quite the stunner, even though I haven't gotten it out yet. There's something about this. Listen to that noise it makes. I don't like rustling things, but, yeah. I say, It not only looks good, but it sounds good. Very lovely ocean pearl. I always call these ocean pearl because as a button collector, that's exactly what they are. They're ocean pearl, which is shell. And these could be color treated. They may be natural pink. I don't know. I'll have to look with a loupe. You can sometimes tell. Those are absolutely stunning. That's my second favorite thing now so far, even though I don't like playing favorites in my videos. But this is a copper cuff that's been oxidized, and yes, that's copper, and it is varnished, so that fire scale, because people go, well, that's titanium, and I go, no, I said it's copper because it is. And then other people are like, well, it's titanium, and I said, no, it's not in your hand. I don't want to be right or wrong, but I'm right. And let's see if this is let's see here, 925, so that's sterling with a little elephant. That's adorable. And then some little rhinestone earrings, probably by B. David. We got that done. Now let's go into these. I don't even need to pause the video. Let's just make some more piles. I'm going to put this one, the jade bangle, in with the gold filled for now. Even though I should have started a fourth pile. Let's see what we've got in here. Let's move the sterling up a little bit. I really like this pouch though. Fancy, fancy. Wait a minute. Look how cool that is. With that kind of iridescent taffeta. I like that a lot. Looks like I got a new storage pouch. I did ask her if I could keep all the Crown Royal bags. She said, that's why I send you the jewelry in the Crown Royal bags. So I get spoiled by my consigners, I really do. And, are we taking consignments? Yes and no. We are and we're not. We're so backed up with the consignments we have right now. I told Jeremy, let's hold for right now. This is some sort of little mirror. So that's like a little mirror. Did I just show myself? I probably did with my mouth hanging open. Oh well, that's a mirror. And this looks Whiting and Davis, but I don't think this version is. Is this one Whiting and Davis? See, I gotta slow down a little bit from time to time. I always tell you guys to slow down. No, this is the Vargas one. See, and other people would go, that's Whiting and Davis, and then scream from the top of the hills. No, it's Vargas. And the reason why I knew that is it's slightly a different pattern than the Whiting and Davis versions. Really beautifully constructed, in really nice condition, snap shut. Looks very much so Whiting and Davis. Is there a big price difference? No. Do I need to lecture anyone about anything? No, I'm not gonna. These are sterling. This one's plated costume, so that's gonna go in the costume eventually. This one could be, yep, that one's sterling for sure, and some sort of yellow crystal. Very beautifully done. This one is beautiful sterling silver. I hope you're enjoying this unboxing, even though I'm going crazy. Yeah, oh, look at this one. The spinner with the bee on it, with that little bee, and that one's sterling and a huge size. That's like a size 10 and 10 and a half or 11. Yeah, it's closer to an 11. I have my Barbara Mandrell out and I haven't used her yet. Come here, Barbara. So that's a size 11. So, and then someone said, well, it's a mandrel. And I said, I know, but I call her Barbara Mandrell. So, oh, and then Becky, my mother-in-law, she named Jeremy's Howie Mandrell. So I just love Becky. She's just, if you guys haven't come over to the sales, if you don't like me, I ask you to come over to the sales and meet my mother-in-law. She's amazing. You would love her. So she makes up for all those shortcomings that I have. Rhinestone earrings. These are definitely costume. An enameled bangle, costume. Look, everyone's like, can you show us? Nope. I can show you at the preview. Rhinestones. Oh, this beaded pin is really fantastic. That's designer and really cool. All that seed bead work. I said yes, absolutely, that's a standout. This one's probably, I know this one. No, I did not know this one. Botticelli, Botticelli, Botticelli. And some people say Botticelli. Okay, you just do you, I'll do me. Let's see here. Well, no, I was gonna say, well, it's retro, but it's Moon Glow, and it's probably Listener, but it's a necklace and earrings. This one's a jumble. This one's some silver, and that one looks gold filled, but they're a little sterling silver, like a teapot, a crown, and a heart. What is cooler than a teapot, a crown, and a heart? See, I want to keep those together. And then one of the enameled flowers from the 60s. We have 1, 2, I think we have 3 bags to go, guys. Let me get this costume out of the way again. Give me 1 sec. See, I just have to relax sometimes. Someone did tell me that the rumor on the street was I was hard to watch. Then you know what I said? Then don't watch. Gifts. I just opened up gifts on the thing and I shouldn't have. She gave me this. It's like, it's an articulated, awesome necklace. Okay, this is probably a gift. Little gold and pearl earrings. Yeah, those are gold and pearl earrings. I just opened up gifts. This one's for Jeremy. I just ruined Jeremy's gift. Jeremy, don't watch this video. So that's Scandinavian pottery. Oh, and then this is a card for, oh, Kathy and Rick and friends. Okay, that all makes sense. So this is Kathy, Rick, and friends. Okay, I got it now. Whoops. So, that's the dangers of doing an unboxing, but she wants people to know that, that we're loved. She wants people to know that she trusted us from day one. And like I said, it's very odd. This is definitely sterling silver. I've had a bracelet like this so many times. It's a famous design. A lot of people have done it. Tiffany specifically had done one similar. That is sterling silver and wonderful for sterling silver, and it opens here because people are like, well, how do you get it on? It opens there, then you slip it on, and then you put that back in there. Very well made version, by the way. 30 minutes in, and I feel like I didn't get enough done for all of you. That's costume. This, I've had it, and it's expensive, and it's crazy expensive now. Oh my gosh. I hope everyone's still here. Hattie Carnegie. Look at that. It's the front view lion in the forest. I've wanted this brooch forever. Let's see here. Yep, Hattie Carnegie. I was right. Oh my gosh. And there is the back of Hattie Carnegie. That is fantastic. So if you do high-end costume jewelry and you love designer pieces that are really hard to find, please come to the sale, because that's, oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't know that was in there. Oh, if I could be a buyer at my own sale sometimes, but that's the luxury of doing this. Oh, this is Givenchy, Paris and New York. So that's Givenchy. And then, like I say, ordinary Chardonnay, it goes Givenchy, Givenchy. But it's Givenchy, and it's beautiful and classic for Givenchy. Absolutely amazing construction. Look at the quality of that. You know that those just aren't black glass, even though they are simply just black glass and rondelle rhinestones. Absolutely amazing. I think we're in Costumeville now, like higher end costume. What is this? Yeah, yeah, I've had these before 2 times, and they sell every single time. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, absolutely. Prayer and sacred and fantastic, and I just love it. And the charge on that, I didn't want to go back in the bag. It did not want to go back. I'm not sealing the bag. I'm going to leave that open for a reason. These are all apparently micro mosaic, or I should say mosaic. I always say micro. And then people are like, it's a mini, it's a this, it's a that. And they start screaming. Anytime you elevate your voice, you know you're wrong. That's what I've always said. When people start yelling in jewelry, just like on the Facebook forums, you know, people have nothing better to do but fight with each other on there. And that's why I'm not on Facebook. Oh boy, this is sterling silver. Probably Trifari or Coro, but it looks more Coro for sure. Sterling silver, and it had a mate to it, and the mate was probably signed. It was a chatelaine pin, and so it would have chains that came off of this that went to a separate pin, and it's probably the other, the queen. You know, it's probably, this is the king and it's probably the queen. Very gorgeous enamel. If it had the partner, I would think extremely, extremely expensive. Having the single, it's still desirable, because if someone has the female version or the queen, they absolutely have to have that. Oh, there goes a big truck of some kind. Kirk's Folly earrings. These are Miriam Haskell. I don't need to take them out of there. Those are Miriam Haskell for sure. Don't know what this little jobby is, but it's wonderful. So this is a whole bag of micro mosaics, guys. So I wish you could see all of them, but there's a whole giant bag filled with, oh, look at the color. See, I wasn't going to take that out. Look at the color of that. Look at that. Look at this one. Unbelievable bag. Oh, wow. This is an old one. Yep, she got an oldie. So those were, yeah, this is older. Yep, and figural butterfly. Or a moth, but I'd say butterfly on that. Look at that age on that. Absolutely a knockout. Had no clue that that was in there. But again, I gotta go slow once I process these. This is the initial sort. And then, you know, I got my work cut out for me. Cufflinks that are costume earrings signed probably Bergère. Those are costume. And this is sterling. Oh, we have one more bag left. And look at these sterling earrings. See, the artistry of her pieces. I'm glad I'm doing this pre-sort, though. And then, like I said, please come over to Bully Run for the actual preview for the sale. And I think I wrote down, let me look if I have that. I think I wrote down, these are all sterling silver, except this pair. Those coins are not sterling. I've had them before, and they're not sterling. These are sterling, and look at those for directional artisan-made sterling silver earrings, that dot and bar design. Magnificent. I'm gonna, oh no, here, I was gonna pause, but okay. Here is the information, and here is this. So go over to Bully Run Coffee and subscribe, all right? Tuesday night's sale, and I think this one is going to be, gotta double check with Jeremy, but I think it's gonna be Tuesday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And you ask yourself, so this is the Missouri consignment. The estate sale fines, I hope we're able to add them to the sale, because those would be the pottery and the jewelry that came from the fall sale that I did local. Let's get into this bag, and we are going to call it for the day, because this is the final bag to sort. I'm going to move costume and silver and gold filled and give myself a little bit more room on my table. And I guess I need a bigger table for the next sorting. Just can't believe the quantity she always sends. Always magnificent. Costume jewelry set. Ooh, amber beads that are magnificent on that kind of monofilament or that tiger tail in steel. Oh, because it looks like they're invisible, like they're floating around the neck. Ah, look at it with my ring. Look at that. And I always kid her about this. I go, look, it matches my ring. Can I have them? And then, I said the one time I was joking, I said, can I have this one thing? And she's like, you can have whatever you want. I said, no, I can't do that. It was in a preview. And I sold it. But she was like, darn it, Jason, I wanted you to have what you wanted. And I said, no, it's not fair. Once I put it in a preview, it's got to be sold. It just has to be. It has to be sold. Shell beads. Glass beads that are 1920s, 1930s glass beads that are fabulous. Ooh, these are starting to sell now. Which one is this? These never sold for, Art Kite, 1995. Ooh, the pin back is bent. Let me rebend this in. Hold on, this pin back is bent. Hold on, now it's not. Okay, I fixed it. Look at that. Now these are really sought after. Finally, really sought after. I had one like this and it sold for a fortune. But it wasn't this same one and it wasn't this artist. Look at that though. Magnificent. Almost looks like a face. Boy, is that cool. Holy cow. Oh, there's another version. Yeah, that one could be something incredibly special. Yeah, this one too, though. The way this is constructed. Oh, yeah. Again, just costume, but when I say just costume. Oh, yeah, this one's Paris. Holy cow. Yeah. Here we go. We got another winner. Check it out. And years ago, these cold painted enamels weren't worth much. There is the signature. Let's get in on that. Thank you. Incredible. The whole box is an honor to sell. I can't single it out to one or two things. Rhinestone earrings, costume earrings. This tiger cuff is probably a somebody. But, do you know, well, I don't want to say too much. I had the Cartier, Panther ring, and I had the bracelet, and I don't own them anymore. I'm glad I sold them when I did, though. Let's see here. It's all about timing. A and S on the inside. Not sure on the maker on that, but that is costume and cold painted enamel and rhinestone. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Classic and fabulous. Some costume earrings that are probably a somebody that I don't know because they're relatively contemporary. Late 80s, early 90s. Very cool. They will have their day. Their day has not arrived just yet. Ooh, look at those rhinestone earrings. Hello, costume jewelry this time. She usually doesn't send costume. She started with Native American jewelry with me, and now she's moved into costume because she even said to me, she goes, you're not like anyone else. You're not a one-trick pony. You do everything. And I go, I do. I absolutely do, It's why I'm still in business, 30 years later. The people that were specialty in certain things, a lot of them are now completely out of business locally. This is, Bent Larson, and this is Tin in Denmark, so that's Bent Larson. And I do have a silver cuff that he designed. That's really beautiful for pewter. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to say thank you for joining in. I'm going to put all this stuff back in the box. And what I am going to do is do some groupings. So you'll see that from this preliminary sort, you'll see the way I group the things for the sale. And again, that sale, it should be the 24th. So if you'd like to, please go over and subscribe to Bully Run Coffee. And then the sale should be on June 24th. It should be. This is definitely not the, the preview for it. Jeremy will have a preview done, I'm sure, for that. And I think it's this, from the airing of this, I guess it'd probably be the following Tuesday, depending on the airing of the video. So I thank you so much. I appreciate you allowing me to do a quick sort, just to show you that when a consignment comes in, how I process one. My way is definitely different than other people. I'm not right, I'm not wrong. I'm definitely different in my approach. I always have been. I've always done things completely different. Stay tuned for the video on the amazing smoky quartz ring that I bought at the Burton Antique Show. And please remember, when you see this in the video, you've got to see that in the light box because it's overcast today. But I'll tell you what, for beautiful platinum and diamonds, absolutely incredible. So I just want to say thank you again for your time and your attention. Again, the tools and the trade that I use, the scale I will use to weigh the gold, gold filled and the silver. So gold filled we don't have much. Sterling we have the small pile and the pile from before, so not that much to process in sterling silver. And then the giveaway items too that are now off camera. So we will be giving away all these items at the sale. So I do appreciate your time and your attention. Like I said before, please go forth with peace and kindness. And I love you because I do.